Charleston Harbor Federal Channel winds through the entrance jetties, past historic Fort Sumter, the Charleston Battery, the USS Yorktown, and more cherished landmarks on its way up the Wando and Cooper Rivers to several South Carolina State Ports Authority piers and container terminals. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has maintained Charleston Harbor for more than 130 years. We have dredged the harbor every year during that time to ensure the channel is at the required federal project depth, currently set at 45 feet, and ensure the channel's width and alignment are maintained as authorized by federal law. The Corps of Engineers entered Charleston in 1821 and began maintenance of a navigable channel in Charleston Harbor in 1851. Since 1986, Charleston Harbor has been deepened twice to meet federally authorized project depths, which is now set at 45 feet. In present day, the Corps maintains 38.6 miles of channel and dredges the harbor every year, removing and relocating approximately 2 to 3 million cubic yards of maintenance material to maintain the 45-foot depth. Each year, the Corps spends $10 to $12 million maintaining the authorized depth. The Charleston District surveys the harbor floor using a multi-beam sonar system to determine the conditions of the harbor and dredge accordingly. The data that is collected by the multi-beam system is more dense than that of a single-beam system and provides a more complete picture of the conditions of the channel. At $50 billion per year, Charleston is number 8 of all United States ports for cargo value and the 4th busiest of all the East Coast ports for container traffic, with 1.3 million ton equivalent units per year. Beyond commercial activity, the Port of Charleston generates approximately 11% of all jobs in South Carolina and provides equipment and material in support of war and reconstruction efforts in Iraq and Afghanistan. In order to keep pace with the future of maritime commerce worldwide, the South Carolina State Ports Authority has requested the harbor be deepened to accommodate larger vessels that will be used upon completion of the new Panama Canal opening in 2014. To this point, some of the larger container ships have begun to call on Charleston Harbor, but can only come at high tide and not fully loaded, causing inefficiencies in transportation. In July 2010, the Corps of Engineers South Atlantic Division approved the Charleston Harbor Post-45 reconnaissance study, which showed federal interest in conducting a detailed feasibility study of the proposed deepening project. A feasibility study examines the economic benefits and environmental impacts of a proposed project, answering the question, which alternative addresses the problems and opportunities of the project in the most economically beneficial and environmentally acceptable manner. Conducting a feasibility study does not guarantee the Charleston District will deepen the harbor. The study determines if it will be economically beneficial and environmentally acceptable to the nation to deepen the harbor, and if so, to what depth. At this time, we do not know what the ultimate depth would be for the deepening, as that is determined by the different alternatives reviewed during the feasibility study. During the review of these alternatives, the Charleston District will be analyzing issues related to engineering, economic, and environmental concerns. The economic studies will answer questions such as, do the benefits versus the costs make this project worthwhile? How does the nation benefit from this project? And how much benefit will the nation receive? Environmental issues to address in an environmental impact statement will include, but are not limited to, air, water, and sediment quality, groundwater impacts, fish habitats and endangered species, shoreline erosion, and cultural and historical resources. The engineering feasibility takes into account if the project can be built, what must be done to make it safe, and what the cost will be. The Charleston District will conduct the feasibility study, which will cost less than $13 million and be cost-shared 50-50 with the project sponsor, the South Carolina State Ports Authority. Thanks to President Obama's We Can't Wait initiative and new guidance from Corps headquarters, the Charleston District will be able to complete the feasibility study by September 2015.
We at the Charleston District of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers are very excited to have an opportunity to be part of this study. Our study will focus in 3 areas: engineering feasibility, environmental impacts, and economic benefit to the region and to the nation. We have a whole team working on this. This team is made up of surveyors, planners, engineers, and biologists from across our district and the South Atlantic Division of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. However, this team needs your input now. It is extremely essential to our process that you give us these comments and feedback whether or not you're a supporter or have concerns. You can give us these comments in various forms: written comments, or log in online to our website and submit comments directly to our team. Thank you.